are 3 different SAE types that you can select from on the basic setup page in your American Degree application. For this video, we're focusing just on research. And so when you click on the button, those pages will appear on your application. If you also have placement and entrepreneurship, you can click those as well, and it'll add the appropriate pages to go with those SAE types as well. If you refer to the American Degree Handbook, there is a section on Research SAE, and it tells you exactly how to fill out your SAE research projects in the application. So if you go to the SAE research page, it's telling you how to fill out this section here. Every single experiment or research project that you conducted should have its own entry. They should all be entered individually, and you can enter as many as you did within the time frame that you have established on your basic setup page. For example, on this application, the beginning date is September 1st, 2018, and the ending date is December 31st, 2024. So every single research project done between these two dates can be added on the research page. And so the first thing it tells you to do in the handbook is to select the pathway. So which pathway does your SAE project fit in best? And that is a drop-down menu. So if you click on here, you can select whichever pathway you think your research best fits in. So I'm going to select plant systems for this example. And then the next thing it says to fill out is your research title. And this is a descriptive title that will allow anybody reviewing your application to understand what the research or experiment was about. For example, corn versus wheat-based rations for working horses, which provides more energy. This title tells the reviewer what the research was about and that it was an agricultural topic. Bad examples down here in letter B, typing in just research or just people watching or just working in a lab. Other examples that I've seen that aren't good are some that say, I researched plant systems. Those are not good titles. A good title for plant systems would be, is the length of corn roots affected by the depth the corn seed is planted in the soil? Okay, so this tells me that they were going to measure the roots to see if the depth of the seed in the soil affected how long they were, and that it is an agricultural topic. The next thing it tells you to do is to select your start year. So when did you start your research project? And this is when you actually started thinking about what type of project you wanted to do and the research you put into figuring out what you were going to do your research on. So we're going to say that this individual started this project in 2018. And remember, it started in September. So if they completed it in the school year, then our ending year could be 2019 if they completed it in the spring of 2019. A experiment can go on for several years. So maybe they carried it on for 2 years and it went into 2020. It's entirely up to you, and you should have records to keep track of how, when you started and when you finished your research and your analysis and your conclusions and everything. All right. It will only let you pick the years that you put in the basic setup page, though. All right. So they can have lasted, your experiment could have lasted less than 1 calendar year. Also, so if they started it in the fall of 2018 and ended it before the first year, you can also put just that year in. So we're going to leave 2019 for this example. Next, you're going to put in the hours. You're going to enter the number of hours spent planning, conducting, and reporting the research or experiment. And this information should come directly from a careful log of hours in your SAE record book. So we're going to say this individual spent 50 hours they had 50 hours recorded that they spent on their research. Next, you're going to put in income or funding. So enter any income or funding received from the project or to do the project. This is not unusual for there to be no income or funding. If that's true for you, then leave the box empty. An example here is a local pet shop owner paid the candidate to research the best temperature to keep each fish tank at for the specific type of fish being kept in it. Another example is the American Association for Beekeepers provided the candidate a $400 grant to conduct an experiment on the best type of insulation for overwintering beehives in northern states. So if you received money, you're going to put that here. These individuals did not receive money, so we're going to put 0, or you can leave it blank. Next is expenses. You want to enter the total amount of expenses to conduct the experiment or research. For example, in letter A here, purchase of digital thermometers to measure water temperature in the fish tanks. If you purchased it, then you're going to put that in as an expense. Example B, a purchase of different materials to insulate beehives. In this example, these individuals did not have to make any purchases. All right, once you have all this information filled out, then it says to click up here at the start. It says to click the add button to enter the information. So if we click add right here, it should put the project down below. Now, if you do this and you feel like it isn't correct, you can edit it. If maybe you put the wrong years in, you can edit it. It shows up kind of in a weird place on the screen, so you have to scroll down. So you can change the years, you can change the name or the title. You can choose a different pathway if you think you have the wrong one. And then you just click update if you make changes, and it will show up then. So for every single project you do, so maybe the next year you do something in animal systems, and you're going to choose 2019 to 2020 for this one. And it was a 60 hours, and you had 0 and 0, and you would put a nice title in for what your project was. It will let you, I believe it will let you, nope, it won't let you add them without filling in a title. All right. All right, so I'm just gonna type something in there for that and click add, and there's the second one. So for every single project that you have, you can put in, you can add them each individually. And that's all there is to adding a research SAE type.